Hello everybody, we're back, but unfortunately we're missing Charlotte tonight, who couldn't be here unfortunately. So just got us three.
Us three. Hello.
But we're the best three.
So we're watching this game.
Yeah. So we've got my lovely friend Taryn on the end.
Yes.
Do the wave.
Not today.
I'm Petra, and this is Wendy
Matteson.
I was going to say your other name. Your new name. Okay, we won't go there. So we're all back. Obviously, I've finished my dry month. I've been read.
Yep. We're on a...
We've all got a nice little glass full tonight, and we've got some lovely things to talk
Cheers.
about. Do you want to say what we want to talk about?
Yeah. So my the topic that I want to talk about is what is consciousness and the difference between your sort of mind, body and soul. So consciousness is the sort of observer. Some people call it the observer, the witnesser. It's who you are. It's actually who you actually are all the time. And a lot of people think that they need to go and find it, or they need to do special things to like meditate to get into some sort of state to be aware of it, but actually it is just who you are. It's every aspect of you. The only thing that stops the consciousness sort of running the show, shall we say, the consciousness is always running the show, but the thing that makes it sort of more difficult and tells stories is the mind, and the mind is what's the programming, whether it be DNA or societal. So
And don't you think that we're not, most people, myself included, aren't aware of that. We aren't aware that we're an observer.
well, you're a soul predominantly,
Yeah.
focusing yourself and into with energy into this physical body, and we spoke about it last week. The body just does what it needs to do. We don't think about it, whether it's breathing, digesting your food, your heartbeat, everything else. What makes that work is your soul. It just makes it work automatically, which is connected to the entire universe, God, whatever you want to call it. So,
But people don't usually differentiate between the two unless they've
well, they think the brain
Yes.
is creating it.
that's exactly what I meant.
And the brain isn't creating anything. The brain just receives it, and then you then, through your belief patterns, create your reality. So your brain is just a receiver of the information, and depending on whether you see life as joyful will depend on whether you're like, oh, this is a beautiful moment. Well, we're just talking about that, about being in traffic and
How
or in
amazing
shop.
the autumnal colours are at the moment, the trees, the clouds, etc.
Yeah, and then you can have something happen to you, and your brain automatically, you said that someone cut you up, didn't
Yeah.
they? And your brain automatically was like, oh, you dickhead. And then you thought, right, actually I want to see this differently, which that's the sort of free will we have to then choose how we want to respond to things and react to things. So when it's unconscious, you just immediately react and you'll just think that person's a dickhead. When you start to become aware
Yeah.
of your thought patterns and the fact that you can actually change them, then you can consciously go, okay, I can see this differently, and like reprogram the brain, the neurocircuits in your brain to, and the more and more you practice that, this is where meditation comes in and affirmations. The more and more you practice it, the more your brain believes it, and then as it starts to believe what's more aligned with your soul or your consciousness, the more and more your life plays out in a more happier and joyful way.
For me, when I got cut up the other day, it was also, I was excited about the fact that I had become aware that I was loving life, loving nature on a higher vibration. He cut me up, I swore at him, and my vibration went, ooh,
Felt it
And
immediately, yeah.
immediately.
So you reacted immediately
Yes.
through programming.
Immediately. And then thought, oh, that was awful. I really, really felt my vibration lower. And I thought, oh, well, perhaps he doesn't know the road very well, and he didn't know that it was only a very short overtaking bit. And And then I thought perhaps his accelerator's not as good as mine. And then I thought, oh well, perhaps he's just trying to get ahead, and it didn't happen for him. That's, you know, we all try and get ahead some days, don't we? And
no, I've been caught short a
I
few
thought,
times. Like,
well,
oh shit,
yeah.
sorry.
I looked at him and waved a bit and carried on my day with my vibration back high.
Yeah, so you decided to respond rather than react from.
Yeah, but it was that knee-jerk response that wasn't good. But what I was excited about was the fact that I'd realised that.
Yeah.
Instead of carrying on, you're saying, you know, fucking drivers and this, that and everything else. They moan about women, but it's always men, always men.
And that's the thing though, as we're going along on this journey, we're more aware of things. Much more aware.
That's exactly it.
Whether it be actually in a supermarket, on the street, you're more aware of what's going on.
Mm. And more aware of how you
react and how you react to it.
Yeah.
Because the only person that's actually affecting is you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's your choice. And you made the choice to change it. And that's the whole point of all of this, is knowing that you've always got the free will to choose how you perceive your situation. And if it's more aligned with your soul and your higher self, you will feel more joyful. You'll feel, because your higher self or your consciousness is just loving everything in life, even those moments, because those moments give you contrast to learn and grow from. So they're never sitting there thinking, oh, fucking dickhead, you know, bloody cutting them up. There's your higher self is going, okay, this is an opportunity.
Teach her a lesson.
Yeah, this is an opportunity to see things differently. So enjoys it all. It's meant to be a contrasting environment.
It was really good. I was a bit pleased with myself for realising what that had done to me.
So throughout, I know that at the very beginning of this journey, when I was trying to connect to my consciousness and higher self and all the rest of it, I always thought it was something that I needed to do, and then I'd be in a certain state to achieve it. But you are always it. Like at every moment you are it, and it's depending on, so say for instance, if you have a belief system that you're shy, or you're you know, the joker, or whatever it is, that will filter. That's a filter that's in front of your consciousness that will then make you behave a certain way. So, you know, if you're always wanting to whereas your higher self, your consciousness is just observing everything neutrally all the time, and then the layers of beliefs and personality and everything else is what makes us human. But everyone's got the same consciousness behind their eyes, every single living thing.
Yeah, that consciousness behind your eyes, I've only had glimmers of that.
Same.
And it's amazing, isn't it? When you get a glimmer.
You're fully aligned with it.
It's
getting your head around it in the first place as well.
Yeah, it's sitting in it, isn't it? And like concentrating, and then all of a sudden you'll get that glimmer and you'll go, oh wow, and it is the peace, isn't it? It's the actual peace of it all, which is amazing.
Well, I realised that I did like a little spiritual day, and I took some substances that would help me expand my mind. And what I realised in that, it was something I'd planned for a very long time, and I prepared for it and everything else, and I got my home how I needed it. It was very natural. It was a little bit like nesting. I just did it naturally. It wasn't a conscious thing. And what I realised is that it's not a voice that's talking to you, because the voice is your ego. It's just it's who you are. You're not getting glimmers of it because you're always it. Does that make sense?
Was that how you explained to us about, oh, that was a rubbish sentence, wasn't it? Was that when you explained to us about who's looking out through your eyes?
Yeah. So a really
So that's
good
a good
thing,
way to.
really good thing to do right now is all close your, like everyone close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
And in your head, not out loud, see and hear the word happiness. So see it in your mind and hear the word being said, happiness. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Right. You're not seeing it with your eyes, are you?
No.
You're not hearing it with your ears because
No.
nothing's speaking.
And you're not saying it with your mouth.
And you're not saying it with your mouth. So what is observing that? What is it that's seeing and hearing the word happiness? That's your higher self.
Yeah.
Can I have my eyes down?
Yeah, yeah. But the more and more you think, oh, blimey, you know, there's something else that's behind your eyes,
Yeah.
seeing this world in a very neutral way, the more you can hold your experience more lightly and more joyfully.
And it's
So-
just your soul having a human experience.
Yeah, and it couldn't have a contrasting experience if it didn't have the yin and the yang, the good and the, the good and the bad.
Mm.
You know, if everything was joyful and happy, how could we have a choice of what would make you happy? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it would just be, you'd just be happy,
Happy
happy,
all the
happy.
time. Utopia.
And so that's the whole point of like what I was saying to Wendy earlier, that, you know, we always think when we ask for blessings, say for instance, or guidance, that the guidance will come in a golden ray of light and rainbows and these...
And the big deep voice will say, don't buy a lottery ticket today.
Not today, or now's the time. But it's the lessons always come in contrast. It will sort of show you what you don't want to then help you focus on what you do want.
Mm.
And then in that focusing, you change and you pivot to what you truly do want. But it's people always think, oh, when they're going through a spiritual awakening, every human's going through an awakening right now, but they always think it's going to be love and light and roses, but it's not like that. It's the contrast that helps you learn. So be grateful for the contrast. Be grateful that it's given you the opportunity to really think, well, how can I make a different choice here? How can I choose something different from what I'm seeing?
Mm.
Or see it in a different light. You might not be able to change the circumstances straight away, but you can definitely change how you feel about them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What have you got, Wend?
Heart.
Yeah.
I've had to write it down because. So, it's when you tune into your heart energy. It's like you drop out of the noise in your head and into something much deeper and wiser.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel most connected to the divine then,
Yeah.
when I do that. Not as something outside of you,
Yeah.
but as something within you.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's like when people say you need to centre yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So you always center yourself from here, don't you? And like, I think that my heart is like a bridge between my human self and my higher self.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And a space where love, guidance and divine presence all meet.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know what you think. But that's
Well, the heart,
where I think.
your heart is the central of your 7 chakras, isn't it?
You see, I don't do chakras though, do I? I don't do any of those. You're the chakra queen.
So your heart's the first receiver of everything. It's the first thing that, so you can say, I can feel it. People call it
Yeah.
gut instinct.
Feel it in your heart.
Or intuition or whatever. So that's where you feel it first. So what happens is it's felt there, and scientifically they've actually taken the heart and the brain, and because there's neurons running through the heart all the time, and they as soon as the information hits the brain then has all its beliefs, and that's where the programming is. So the heart is like where it's received and there's no belief patterns, and that's where they say like follow your gut instinct and follow your heart. And then as soon as it hits the brain, and then you try and logic it, and it all brings up all past experiences and things that you've been told and things you've been seen in the news and everything else. It then filters it into either something that's positive or negative, and that's where the retraining has to be done. It has to come from your heart, and then the information that's being brought into the heart has to match with your belief systems for it to produce
and
the life.
another thing as well that I've started doing since doing the meditation is when they say breathe through your heart.
Yeah.
Breathe in and breathe out through your heart, and you use your heart a lot more. When I first started doing it, I'm like, what are they talking about? How can you breathe through your heart?
Yeah.
But they're talking about this bit. They're not talking about this heart. They're talking about that
area.
that
But your
area.
actual heart
Yeah.
is very brain-like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when they first started talking about it, I had to break it down. And I thought, how do you breathe through your heart? But I can do it now.
But people always say, you know, wise old grandparents and stuff, they always say, oh, go with your heart.
Yeah.
Don't they? Follow your heart.
Yeah.
Because your mind has all sorts of belief systems that it's brought in from birth to now. So it's not, people go, oh well, I'm logical, but that logic can stop you doing so many things that are no longer true or relevant in your
And stop you reaching your full potential.
yeah.
And it is all intuition, isn't it? Your heart. If you lead with your heart, it's your intuition, isn't it?
Well, it's just like we were talking about last week, trust and surrender.
Yeah, trust and surrender.
Because your brain wants to create, it's designed to protect you. That's why it's got the survival mechanisms in it. But it's, it's as soon as you surrender and try not to logic everything, you're able to move forward in many, many, many different ways in your life.
My intuition has gone through the roof lately.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always had
Do you
good
think? I was going to
intuition.
say, do you think it's always been that good and you just haven't taken notice of it
Probably,
before?
yeah, I think so. I've always had good intuition, but yeah, you're right. You're more aware.
Yeah,
aren't
and you
You're
don't
more
realise
aware
how
of it.
important it is
Yeah,
or how
yeah.
right it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, she gets like a proper bad tummy if something doesn't feel right for her.
Really?
Really bad tummy. And she is, like, through the years, she's kind of not ignored it, but she hasn't been aware of it.
Yeah.
But now, obviously talking to me,
She knows
she's
what
had
it
no,
is.
she's
Yeah.
had no choice but to like become aware of it.
Yeah.
But she is, and her gut feeling is second to none. It really is, and that's her intuition. That's all it's centered in her stomach.
I get that all the time where I'm thinking, I've been thinking about doing this. Because it's not thinking, it's just like a nudge, isn't it? And it's normally about reading something or popping in to see someone or and then you'll, as I say, you get that nudge and you're like, oh, I should do that. And then your mind comes in and go, oh, but you got this to do and you got that to do and you got, and you're reading this book and you're doing, and you start to logic it and think, well, I haven't got time, and then eventually you go, okay, I'm going to go and do it, and the answer's there. It was exactly what you needed to hear or read, or the person you needed to see, and that's the bit to trust, is to go, where's that come from? Where's that information just come from? Am I thinking that or am I feeling that? And it's normally a feeling. It's not your.
It's not a thought, is it? It's.
No, it is a feeling. Definitely is a feeling.
It's just a nudge, like go and do this and do that. It's like I've overfleed my dog, right? And I've started to worry because she's just been scratching and because she was scratching, I just kept like giving her more flea treatment. And then I sat with myself because I was thinking there must be a reason for this, and and I just allowed my mind to just chill out a little bit, because I was starting to panic and think, oh shit, what was wrong with this dog? Because she didn't have fleas and her skin looked okay and everything else. And the feeling is, because it wasn't really a thought, it was just like a knowing. It was, you've overfleed her and it's actually irritated her skin. It's made her skin really dry.
Poor sheeps.
And I thought, oh, how weird. Okay, well, I'll research that and see if that's actually true, like an actual thing. And I did, and I researched it, and then
It was.
Yeah, I was like, but if I hadn't of quietened my mind and just allowed the information to sort of come through and then trust it, you know, because if I'd logicked it, I'd be like, well, how can you, you know, how can you overflee a dog? How can that make her itchy? And take her to the vet and spend, you know, 120 quid for them to say, oh, by the way, you've overdosed your dog, and on flea treatment. And I was shocked that it was
a thing.
Yeah, and then I just took the advice of what I needed to do, and
I'm going to say to her, she can move in with me.
well, because I've overfleed her.
Yeah.
She's not dead.
Come and move in with me, sheeps.
I don't feel guilty. I was trying to help her.
She loves
That's
her.
also part of.
Yeah, don't be phoning the RSPCA. She's a good dog mum.
She's fine. She's absolutely fine.
The thing is, what I thought, because she's a big dog, I thought I hadn't given her a high enough dose.
Yeah.
I'd got a medium size dose, and I thought, oh, maybe I should have got a large dog, and then I got a large dog, and then obviously double
Gave her
whammy
that as
there.
well.
Yeah. Oh,
And
bless her.
yeah, so
She was all right tonight, though.
yeah,
She
well,
was fine.
I've been giving her a couple of antihistamines each day, and then where she's been scratching, I've just been putting on the sort of soothing spray that they recommended.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's absolutely fine. She's, you know, don't go calling dog services on me or anything like that. It's just, and
No,
part
she's
of
fine.
also knowing is that there's no point in beating yourself up about it.
No, because you've done it.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. I didn't mean to, you know, harm her. And I know not to do it again. And the thing is, if you ever overflee your animal and they itch to death, you now know what's going on. So yeah, so you learn from these experiences.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd quite finished talking about what you were talking about, actually.
What was I talking about? Sorry, I've lost what I was saying.
Going with your heart.
Well, I did go with my heart. So with that, as I say, I could have tried to logic it and go, oh, well, that's bloody stupid. But I trusted the information that came through. I trusted that enough to go and research it and go, because logically, that don't make sense.
No.
Does it?
No.
It just does not.
Well, you wouldn't have thought so.
It doesn't make
I would
sense at
never
all.
have given my dog an overdose of treatment.
I'm going to overdose her.
Yes.
So it's those little things that you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, follow it.
Yeah.
Because there's
But
answers to
definitely
it.
follow your heart. When I think back, my grandparents were so wise, and they still kind of followed all those old traditions, didn't they? Of go with your heart.
Follow what's,
And if
That seems to have got lost
it has
through
got
the
lost.
ages, hasn't it?
because we
It's-
Google it now.
Yeah, because you can just pick your phone up now, whereas
well, the thing
they
is,
didn't even have phones, did they?
as we know,
But we didn't.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
I remember getting my first phone and thinking, don't know if I like this. Everyone knows where I
No,
am.
I remember being,
5 seconds.
I remember being at school, like 11, 12 years old, and a lot of like the rich kids had phones.
Yeah.
And we used to have to go down to the bottom of the road and use the phone
Oh, you
box.
mean a phone in your house?
Yeah.
I thought you meant a mobile phone.
No, a phone in
Oh,
your
yeah.
house.
No.
I mean, we didn't even have one of them.
Oh, we
I'm
did,
not
but
that
I
old.
wasn't allowed to use it.
No, she's 20 years younger than us.
And you dialed like that, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then you had a long thing.
Well, no, we never, even when I left home at 16 and we still didn't have a phone.
Oh, really?
No.
But my dad was
Still
group
didn't have a phone.
communications advisor, so I suppose we should have.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. he was quite handy. He worked for a big paper company, so we always had free paper, and British American Tobacco, so we always had free fags.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Journaling and having it. Perfect way of life.
Exactly that.
But the thing is, if you follow your heart, it makes you vulnerable. It takes you into the unknown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's usually the right unknown.
Yeah, but that's why people don't do it. Is if I was just about to say someone in my family, if this beautiful person in my family was watching this, they would be going, "You do not follow your heart. You have to think it out. It needs to be logicked and planned and everything else," and it doesn't. It really, but that amount of surrender and faith and trust makes your mind feel extremely vulnerable.
But that's exactly what we were talking about last week about surrender. So you get to the point when you know that there's an observer, which is your higher self, a witnesser or whatever,
Which is who you are. That's it.
which is who you are.
I've got to tell you about my higher self.
So knowing that is quite a big step. It's quite a big step up, the same as going with your heart is.
Oh, I think I might have said it last week.
Well, your heart is your higher self. That's where it communicates with you. It's only when it gets to the mind it gets muddled up. That's the
Definitely
first
your mind.
start of communication. Oh, bloody hell. Trust me, I've had to do loads of work. My mind would go absolutely batshit crazy.
So I've been doing meditations this week and especially last night because we had a bit of bad news, and the higher self.
You haven't had bad news, you've had news that's made you shift.
Yes, news that's made me shift.
Shifty news.
Shifty news. And when you're in the meditation, there's a lot of things that they ask you to visualize, and you visualize your higher self, and you visualize yourself covered in a golden light. Well, this golden light was right the way through me and then coming out of every single pore of my skin, and it was like I was on fire. It was like there were flames coming out of me, but it wasn't. It was just this light, and I've had that every day since that vision.
How lovely.
And it is lovely. It is, and I was really happy when the feeling I got, because when I've got my eyes closed, she's up here. So that was definitely my higher self, most definitely.
Yeah. The thing is, it's when you have those sorts of experiences, what it's trying to, because at the moment you're still detaching her from you. You're seeing,
she's
seeing her as something separate.
Yeah.
So how I would read that, if I was reading that and I experienced that, what she's saying is exactly that. It's the feeling within you. I'm giving you this feeling, but you're putting me here.
Yeah.
I'm putting this feeling inside you because the feeling wasn't there.
No,
it was here. It was
Yeah.
inside you. So she's literally saying to
Telling
me, you're seeing me here and I'm here. Feel me here. So whenever you want to connect to me, just know I'm inside you. I am you.
Yeah.
I am. But at the
Not a she.
Yeah.
well, it's not sexed, is it? But yeah, but that's how I would read that.
Yeah.
I'd read it as, and
Okay.
then just keep feeling it.
Yeah.
Every time you feel it, you'll be taken to that place of knowing, and it will grow and grow and grow.
Love and gratitude
And that,
heat.
the warmth.
The heat.
And knowing that everything's going to be all right.
Everything will be okay.
Always.
Always.
They
Everything
always
happens
say-
for a reason.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Everything
Yes.
happens for a reason.
They always say, be
I
careful
just
what you wish
these
for.
reasons are piss off.
It'll be a blessing though.
I know.
It will,
my
because
gosh.
my nan, my wise old nan, used to say, follow your heart. If something happened, she used to say, what better thing has God for me?
Yes, that's exactly it.
That's a lovely
exactly what we
saying. I
were
love
talking
that.
about.
That's lovely.
And it's happened to us loads of times with buying houses and things. We find a house, we think, this is it, this is going to be a great
Perfect,
one. Go for it, and solicitors are advised, and etc. And then you lose it, and it's the absolute end of the world. But something always better comes along. or a couple of times things have happened to the house that we wanted to buy so desperately that wouldn't have made it a good
Yeah.
one after all.
It's
There's
like
always something better.
I've been asking to learn to love humanity unconditionally, like every human unconditionally, and also to heal so many traumas, heal my traumas basically. And I found myself in a relationship with someone that I have to face my traumas, and he's not the sort of
He
bloke.
just arrived and she found herself there.
But it was literally the day before. I was sat in my car. I remember it as clear as day. Could I please have a man I can heal with, that can heal all the the beliefs and all these things. And in he came, didn't he?
Yes, I mean, and he came.
Fucking hell. Well, he's made me face him. And because there's no point in placing blame and judgment and anger, and because that's just control, and because it's about facing what I believe, because it's my beliefs that are contradicting to his, shall we say. And it has been such
a journey
and lesson. And also I was asking to help me love people unconditionally, and then I'd find myself in situations with people I wouldn't normally be with, and at first I'd sit there with real judgment. I'd be like, oh, this is why I'm here.
That's the polite way of saying it.
Yeah, because I would be thinking, what the fuck am I doing in this place? Like, what the hell? Why am I here?
to love unconditionally.
And then all my judgment, I'd hear my voice go, my brain going, blah, 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 this is my belief, blah, 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 blah. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, right. And I absolutely, going through that, because that's been a 2-year journey, can honestly look at most people and find something I truly love about them, no matter where they've come from in life, and the empathy and the compassion, and
Especially us, you don't have to look too far with us, do you?
as I say, it's a journey.
That word again, journey.
Do you know that's one of my granddaughter's middle names?
Journey. Oh, lovely.
They've got lovely names, your grandchildren. Beautiful.
Well, so have you
names.
got Petra?
Well, yes. So on Monday, I found out from Wendy that I knew we had angels. I knew there were angels. I knew people talked about archangels, and I quite often, when I protect myself for Reiki, I quite often get an angel then. And but I'd never ever in my whole life talked to an angel. And Wendy told me on Monday to talk to angels, and that there were different angels for different things. So I, on Tuesday, looked up who were the archangels and what their little roles were. And I chose Archangel Ariel because she is for animals, nature, and I love nature, especially at the moment in autumn. The colours are amazing, and abundance. And I spoke to her for the first time, any angel, for the first time in my life, and told her what was going to happen. And on Tuesday, I got a new business opportunity plonked itself in my lap. So I think that my talking kind of brought that little bit of where it was supposed to bring. So that was really good for me this week. And I keep seeing angels as well. So an angel in meditation.
As confirmation.
And an angel at your house.
Oh yeah, you did.
When you thought I was going to sleep.
Yeah, she's like this. I thought she was dozing off in my very interesting conversation I was having. And she's like, I'm like, what are you doing? She says, I can see an angel behind you.
It was huge.
Which is amazing. So you do see auras and that sort of thing, don't you?
Quite often see an aura, a coloured aura.
You've never seen
But you
an
have
aura
to
on me?
No, I haven't. I've seen lots on you.
The thing is, you sat opposite me though, so
You have to kind of squint a bit, and then again your mind plays tricks with you, and I think, oh, it's just the lighting, but it isn't, because it completely follows the shape of your body.
yeah, you sort of can see it. I've seen it on my hand and that sort of thing, but I have to really
Like a little ready brick glow.
yeah, like a little glow.
I've had plenty of them in my lifetime with the chemo, I tell you. You feel like you've got a proper ready brick glow. You come out that hospital and you do feel you're glowing.
We could do with one now, couldn't we?
The one, yeah, we could do with the natural glow today. The one thing about angels and spirit guides and everything else, or anything in the spirit realm, is you have to ask.
Yes.
And
You
I didn't.
have to
I
ask.
knew you had to ask for, you know, what you wanted, but I didn't know you could talk to angels and.
You've got, everybody's got a guardian angel. Everybody, all humans have got a guardian angel. And I talk to my guardian angel all the time. So talk to your guardian angel as well.
When I lost everything, every day, I wasn't really sure if I believed in angels or anything like that. But what I did start to notice over a period of time was that I just felt peace. Nothing was changing, but I was peaceful, and that's what I remember. So sometimes you might want your circumstances to change and think you're going to be whipped out of those circumstances, but actually you're in those circumstances to learn a lesson. And so all you can ask for is peace, or, you know, a way, or strength, or whatever it is. So, you know, your prayers are always answered, so it's really important to listen to how they're.
And if you don't ask for help from the angels, they can't help you. They need to be asked.
Yeah, definitely.
Any angels, your archangels, and I mean there are unemployed angels. There are so many unemployed angels. There are normal angels. There are your guardian angel.
I swear they sat there for like 40 years going, come on.
Come on, ask us something.
Crying out loud, Taryn, just ask.
A lot of the time, my guardian angel sat there like this. Oh God, she's off again. In despair.
I always send those memes like, oh, yep, she's going down that road.
See, when we've struggled in life, I've always known that it'll all be all right.
Yeah.
It's your intuition again, isn't it?
But you've been brought up with that belief
Yeah.
pattern somewhere along the line. You must
Probably
have
from
done.
my wise nan.
Yeah.
From your wise nan,
Oh,
yeah.
you're lovely now.
So your mind was aligned with your higher self. So there was no
Oh, I see.
contradiction. So because that is true, you'll always be all right. You know, even through your struggles, you will always be okay. But because it aligned, it felt easy. Whereas if you don't have that belief that will always be all right, or you believe that just life is just shit and it's horrible, and then you feel that vibrationally, and that's when you feel worry and doubt and, you know, disappointment and everything else, because that's not aligned with the truth of who you are, that everything will always be all right.
And I've got a very lovely friend called Jane, who is an international medium. She works a lot, having lost a son of her own who was military. She works a lot with military families who have lost people. And she came round to see me today just for a cup of tea. I did ask her a question and she said, I'm not working, I'm not telling you the answers. And I told her about the angels thing and that I'd spoken to them on Tuesday and been answered on Wednesday. And she said, right, let's get this right. If you're going to talk to angels, you've got to learn how to talk to them properly, and you're not.
Yeah.
So I got a telling off for that, for saying I want instead of I have,
Yeah.
or I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Taryn always tells us off for that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
says you have to
You have to
live in it. You are
You've got to
living
believe
it.
it in the now. And then
Living it now.
Yeah, but I do that for that, but I didn't realise that's how I have to speak to the angels as well.
yeah. Well, the thing is,
Oh, I didn't know that, to be fair. That's new
You
on
should have told
me.
me on Monday,
That's
wasn't
new
it?
on me. Yeah, I'd have told you.
they say, like, when you pray, and that, to always pray. That's where gratitude comes in. That's
Yeah.
why gratitude is one of the strongest prayers you can have, because
Well, we were always
you
taught.
already have it.
We were always taught when we pray to say please, thank you, and sorry.
Yeah, so ask for a sort of forgiveness. The thing is, it's you forgiving yourself that is actually the forgiveness. You're forgiven immediately because you're only human and you're finding your way. That, you know, you are forgiven. It's you that needs to forgive yourself. That's the
And that's
hard
the
thing.
hardest thing to do sometimes, isn't it?
It's
Yeah, baby.
yeah, it does
It is
take
for me.
time and practice.
It's for me.
Well, it's the thing, like with the dog, I've done a lot of self-forgiveness, and it's like there's no point in beating myself up.
Oh no, she's
You
lovely.
know, there's no point in
She gave me a big kiss tonight.
big kisses. Right, shall we wrap things up unless you've got
Okay.
something more to share?
Did you have something you wanted to say from last week? Or have we forgotten all about that now?
Did I have a question? Was there a question?
I remember when after we'd gone and finished and said goodbye, you said I had a question.
Oh, I can't remember what that was now. I can't. Yeah, no. I think we've got a special guest coming up maybe next week or the week after.
Yep, so we've got two coming up. So next week we've got coming up Charlotte the Crystal Lady. Our Charlotte will hopefully be back. And Charlotte the Crystal Lady's coming over to talk about crystals and dancers and lovely things like that. And then the next week we've got my friend Jane, who I was just talking about, the international medium, and she does a lot of help for heroes stuff all around the world.
She does workshops, and I've been to 2, and they are amazing.
Yeah,
Like, it is incredible, actually. The people that come through, it's incredible. It's something you've got to witness with your own eyes to believe it, but she's definitely worth looking up if you've had
except
major
she's booked
losses.
till Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, she's definitely worth looking up, isn't she?
Yeah, she's brilliant. But we'll no doubt link it to her page when she comes to
When
talk.
she's on the show. Yeah.
Right then.
So, toodaloo, people.
Have a lovely evening.
Yes.
Lots of
goodbye.
love.
God bless.
Laters.
Mwah.
Bye.